3 of 6 in race 2 of the mini challenge, and Neil just starting to play a little defensive. Oh, Stokel mid-corner, it just gets away from him.
Lucky there. Paul got a little bit wide in the middle of the corner, and it's a very hard corner that if you do get wide, it can upset the balance of the car.
The minis are getting it on at Mount Panorama. Matt Neal leads the way in race 2. This is Brent Collins in car 44, the Kiwi, under fire from Jason Bargwanna, who is carrying 50 kilos of success ballast and trying to go around the outside. He hits Collins. Somehow, they didn't go through the concrete.
Yeah, that's breathtaking stuff through there. Jason Bargwanna with the lights on there. He's definitely got a lot of pace on Brent, but he's tried to go around the outside through Skyline.
And the way that Brent Collins' car was pointing towards the wall, it's a completely different philosophy. Front-wheel drive, to get out of something like that, you have to do something so unnatural, plant the right foot on the throttle.
Yeah, the best way to get out of that one is just get back on the throttle and try and pull yourself out of it, because you can't correct it as you can with a rear-wheel drive car.
Now Stokel and Bargwanna down at the chase. Matt Neal has just started to edge away, and the classic over and under move that the chase is so well known for, it sees Bargwanna back down the inside.
Yeah, great racing by these two guys. Looks like Bargwanna's got the inside on Stokel, and he's going to maintain second position.
Just behind them, Nathan Gear, look at him, he's in really deep. 2 wheels on the curb. Grant Denyer will be having heart failure. This is his car.
Yeah, he'll be sitting up watching the race for sure, and it's a shame we don't have Grant at this round, but young Nathan's doing a great job.
Stokel went really deep around the outside. Now, Gear gets muscled by Neil McFadden, who is now the championship leader, has struggled this weekend, but has clawed his way now in among the leading pack.
Yeah, he's just hanging in there, Neil. He's doing a great job. He was quite fast at the opening rounds, and heading up Mountain Straight now. They're in a great little queue here. This will be a great race.
A great view at the top of Mountain Straight. Matt Neal, the leader. Nathan Gear, so impressive this year. First year at this sort of level of motorsport. And he has really, really done some great things.
Yeah, he's definitely put himself on the map. You know, racing guys like Jason Bargwanna, Grant Denyer, Paul Stokel, they're all pretty good drivers, so he's doing a great job and definitely caught the attention of a few V8 supercar teams.
And it's his first time at Bathurst. What an imposing place to come to for the first time. You've been there and done that.
Yeah, it's a daunting place, definitely. You don't want to scare yourself too early on the weekend, because you need to be full focus, full concentration, especially over the top here. These corners are truly breathtaking, and you need to be on top of your game, and he's doing a great job, Nathan.
This shot gives you a real idea of the elevation across the top of Mount Panorama. This is McPhillamy Park into Skyline, and the road just disappears.
Yeah, it's just amazing. You come over the top and all you can see is the skyline, and little do you know, the track wiggles and wobbles its way right down here through the dipper as they go and into Forest Elbow, and sets you up for the big long run down Conrod Straight.
Matt Neal just lifting the rear wheel on the run through the dipper. The fight for third here with Stokel and Bargwanna, two of the most experienced men around the mountain in Mini Challenge, and they're just starting to creep their way forward.
They are, these two. Definitely quite experienced drivers. Keeping to the left-hand side down the straight where the bumps aren't as bad, especially when you crest the hill down the straight here. The car gets really light and can be quite rough at times.
You can see that extra bit of bitumen to the driver's left. They used all of that before hooking into the chase. Late under brakes. And you need to avoid this curve on the left here, because in a small car like a Mini, it will bounce you sideways.
Yeah, absolutely. The little cars don't like the big curbs, so try and keep the car nice and smooth.
This is the Dunlop replay of Bargwanna and Collins.
Very, very lucky.
It's not very often that you have contact across the top of the mountain and get away with it.
No, especially this part of the circuit. To get sideways through there and not to come around with not crashing the car into a wall, you've done a pretty good job.
And hold on to the spot to boot.
Absolutely, he's done well.
This drop off the top of the mountain, it scares me in a road car at 60 Ks. I can't imagine what it's like in a full-blown race car, dropping down the mountain. This short little chute before Forest's Elbow. And Matt Neal, not afraid to throw that Mini around, getting valuable miles this weekend. And he's got a bit of a margin here. He's broken that slipstream toe, and that could be enough to get him home.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt's driving very hard, and as you say, he's broken the slipstream, so the guys can't get too close to him and use his dirty air to get past him down the straight.
What an address. Conrod Straight Bathurst. The Minis turning it on in their first appearance at the mountain. And now Bargwanna challenging at the chase. Stokel goes in really deep. But the man they're all chasing still is Matt Neal, who drives for Vauxhall, the 888 own team in the British Touring Car Championship. And he's got just one lap to go to get his first win at Bathurst.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Very experienced with... Whoa.
Scott Bargwanna out through the dirt. And Paul Stokel doesn't know which way to go here. It's all about setting up the run, though, for up the mountain.
Yeah, this sets up a classic finish of the race here. We've got four guys pretty close to each other, and God knows who could win this one.
Well, Jason Bargwanna's fourth, and he's going for 8 in a row, so if he's going to get 8, he needs to get a wriggle on.
Yeah, he does. Look, Matt looks to have the edge at the moment over these four guys, but Jason's got the lights on. He's looking to get that 8th win in a row.
And Neil, defensive at Cat Corner, turn 2. You start playing the defensive game, and it can bring you undone.
Yeah, the guys have caught up to him a bit. He had a reasonable gap before, and now they're back on his tail, and I'm sure he'll be watching the mirror more so than the road in front.
The top 4 have really been the class of race 2 in the Mini Challenge. Across the top, not really too many passing chances.
No, from here to basically Conrod Straight, you can't really pass. The guys will probably look to try and do it, but it's single file, blind corners, lots of undulation, and it's incredibly hard to make a move through here.
Right out wide across the exit curb, the blind crest at McPhillamy Park. And it's still Matt Neal leading the way. A one-off drive in the Mini Challenge. He goes in really deep across the top. He just avoids the wall. And that lets them all close up and on 2 wheels. This is amazing.
Yeah, great racing. Matt just trying a little bit too hard there, I think. He ran wide. The guys have caught back up to him and he's lost the momentum now.
Now, Jason Bargwanna up the inside. Takes 3rd spot away. But only Conrod Straight, the chase, and Murray's Corner to go.
Yeah, only 2 spots here. They'll be trying to set each other up down the straight, get the slipstream, pulling down the straight, and hopefully a big breaky move into the chase or into the final corner.
That last crest, the run to the chase, the run to the checkered flag. And now Scott Bargwanna sneaks on through. Matt Neal's on the inside for the chase. Really deep under brakes.
Oh, he's got him back.
He's got him back, but he's run a little bit wide. He's out through the grass. Whoa, look out. Scotty's back to the other side, and Jason Bargwanna's down the inside of the pair of them. It's 3 wide, the last turn. There's contact everywhere. The Minis have gone nuts. And Jason Bargwanna banging with Matt Neal at the last corner. He's going to get 8 in a row. Jason Bargwanna, can you believe that? He takes race 2 at Mount Panorama. The Minis turning it on. Back at Bathurst, where the Mini Challenge has fallen to Jason Bargwanna. He wins race 2 and the round, clear of Paul Stokel, but Matt Neal, leader on the last lap, shuffled back to 5th.
Well, the pressure was on, you know. Scotty and I worked as a bit of a team. He pushed him wide, bit of pressure, bit of rubbing. It was, I reckon that would have to be one of the best races of my entire racing career. It was just a cracker, but we got up at the end only with about 20 metres to go.
So Barks takes out the round in the Mini Challenge. Cousin Scott's 2nd for the weekend, and Kiwi Mini Challenge champ Brent Collins sneaking onto the podium.
It's been a great thrill to come here and drive against the likes of Bargwanna and Matt Neal and even Boris Sid coming over. It's great to be in amongst good class, a lot of class drivers like that.
It's one we can put away in the bank. It was we were always looking for that 1-2, and to come here and do it at Bathurst is sensational. 6 rounds down and 2 to go. Neil McFadden, the new championship leader. Nathan Gear, the only challenger, because of course Grant Denyer is out for the rest of the year. Jason Bargwanna rockets up the standings. He's now 6th with 2 rounds to go. The next time the Minis are on track, it's round 7 at Simmons Plains in Tasmania, November 22 to 23. Next weekend, the Gold Coast comes alive for the Coffee Club V8 Supercar Challenge and the Indy cars in the Nikon Indy 300. That's it for the Mini Challenge from Mount Panorama. Thanks to Jack Perkins. I'm Aaron Noonan. We'll see you next time.